I'm Lisa Bronner, and I'm a customer advocate and educator at Dr. Bronner's. I also founded and am the editor-in-chief of Going Green with Lisa Bronner, a blog and social channel. Dr. Bronner's is thrilled to be celebrating our 75th anniversary this year. And as we say that to people, we also add on that it's our 165th year of making soap as a family. We're fifth generation soap makers. And so as part of our 75th year, we are encouraging people to tell us their story. People have been doing this for years. They come up and they say, I first met your soap when I was camping in the desert with my friends and someone had this bottle gave us all the tingle. Or somebody says, I found it in my friend's bathroom and I started reading the label and I've never used anything since. And we just love hearing people's stories. So we invite people to come and tell us their story, however you want to reach us. And the other thing we are doing this year is we are debuting several innovations in packaging and sustainability to show that we are going forward into the next 75 years and tackling some of the most difficult issues of our day. Dr. Bronner's has been on the forefront of packaging innovation for quite some time. We were the first company to use a 100% PCR plastic bottle, and we did that well before it became standard in the industry. And now we are looking to debut two new options for packaging sustainability. One of them is a refill option, a refill line that retailers can bring into stores so that customers can refill their own plastic bottles. And the bulk containers that contain the refills will then be able to be refilled and reused endlessly. The other packaging innovation that we are debuting is our new paper carton. And this paper carton is meant to refill their plastic containers at home or to be used in the many dilutions that we recommend for our Pure Castile liquid soap. This paper carton is available in all 8 of our Castile scents. Dr. Bronner's always has many things going on in the realm of sustainability and environmental initiatives. Some of them include our work at our own headquarters in Vista, California to become a zero waste manufacturing company. We have our own wastewater treatment so that the water is reusable. We have our own solar generation, which provides much of our power for the plant. We recycle our materials that come in that hold our raw materials so that they can be reused. And all of this is bringing us ever closer to becoming a zero waste manufacturing company. Elsewhere in the world, we have been working hard on our regenerative organic practices and the regenerative organic certification, which Dr. Bronner's was one of the founding partners for the effort in the Regenerative Organic Alliance, along with Patagonia and the Rodale Institute. Several of our projects, our sister projects around the world, have already undergone the stringent regenerative organic certification. Our palm oil production in Ghana is one we're very proud of, especially in light of all of the palm oil travesty that has happened around the world. But we are showing that it can be done well. In addition, in Ghana, we have our cocoa production. These go hand in hand. Part of regenerative organic agriculture is dynamic agroforestry, which is a concept that involves farming like nature, intercropping, diversity. These are all things nature does. And so we have found that in our production in Ghana, we have our farmers are intercropping palm with cocoa, with citrus, with cassava, with banana, with legumes on the ground and turmeric, and all of these crops, which are benefiting these smallholder family farms because it gives them more crops to sell, it gives them year-round productivity, much more stability. And so the palm oil we've long used in our soaps. The cocoa we're now using in the Magic All-One chocolate, which is a delicious way to be encouraging sustainability around the world, as well as the other issues that are problematic in the cocoa industry. So these are some of the things that keep us busy and help us to push the envelope further, show people how things can be done. We are not the biggest company in the world, and there definitely are much larger users of palm and cocoa around the world, and we're taking away their excuses that you cannot just say, well, there's no better way to do it, because we're showing that it can be done very well. Dr. Bronner's has long been a company that has supported many fronts that have nothing to do with soap. We have long given all of our profits that are not needed for production and for operations to many social, environmental, and community betterment causes. Some of them this year have included drug policy reform to make it fair, equitable, and just more sensible for the population. Also, we promote a lot of efforts that empower communities of color, including here at convention. We're partnering with a black-owned cosmetics company called Dirt Don't Hurt, and mentoring them, because this is an area that we need to all work together to bring up the standards together. Other areas in which we are active in our social and environmental reform include helping reduce the rates of recidivism in prison. They return to prison that is so tragically common amongst previously incarcerated people, and we're working with organizations that help them find their way once they have returned to the working world. We are also working with with farmers that are bringing in crops and diversity to help change the way agriculture is done, make it more sustainable and less destructive to the environment. There's always so many of our efforts going forward that it's exciting. It's a little hair-raising sometimes to keep up with them, but it's wonderful to be part of the process in making the world a better place. Going Green with Lisa Bronner is a website I started about 13 years ago, and it really came out of a desire to be efficient. I had already been answering the customer service emails for quite some time, and there are quite a few of them. People write us a lot, and I love it because it shows that they're interested in dialogue and they're curious and they're looking for answers. And so after several years of answering the customer service emails, I realized there was a lot of repetition in those emails, a lot of the same questions. How do I wash my hair, my dog, my carpet, my clothes with your Pure Castile soap? Can you help me solve this problem with my skin, with my baby? And these questions, I wanted to have the answer where people could find it and maybe even save myself some time. And so I had the blogs, I started the blog just to answer these questions in a place people could find them all together. And that grew, became a Facebook channel, YouTube channel, trying to reach people where they're at to get their questions answered. And now the next iteration is that I have a book coming out this October called Soap and Soul. And not only is it a compilation of all the many uses and dilutions of the Castile soaps and the salsas, which is one of my favorite products, and many other products. So I have all these recipes, but I mean, that's boring. Who wants just a book of recipes? And so I put in a lot of stories of my own growth, my own journey, stories of the family that has been running Dr. Bronner's for so long, stories of my grandfather, Dr. Bronner, just to weave it all together and to show how all of these tips and tricks fit into a real life. And the only real life I know is mine. So that's what's in the book, Soap and Soul. I hope you like it. There are so many ways to get in touch with Dr. Bronner's because it's always been how we have prioritized. Connecting with customers has always been a top priority for Dr. Bronner's, and connecting with retailers as well. And connecting with retailers is retailers are customers too, and retailers connect us with customers. So connecting with the retailers with Dr. Bronner's, you can either call the company directly. It's the same number that was my grandfather's home number is now the number for the company, 760-743-2211. You could always email into the customer service info line, info@drbronner.com, or of course into our sales email, sales@drbronner.com. We'll get you where you need to go and who you need to talk to.